I met an incredible cricketer whose parents took great pains to help him pursue his passion for cricket that he discovered at an early age. And that, along with his own very hard work, has helped him to become the hope of billions of people. We have with us the superstar of Indian cricket. Breaking records and setting scoreboards on fire seems to have become a norm with him, not just in T20s, but ODIs and Test cricket too. He does a huge amount of good for the less privileged children and for various NGOs through his foundation. We have with us the amazing Virat Kohli. Thank you so much, Virat, for being on the show.
Pleasure being here.
I'm really touched because I know how much good work you're doing. I actually want to start by going back in time to when you were a little boy. What kind of child were you?
I'm the youngest of 3 children. I have an elder brother, elder sister, so I was probably, the most pampered one. Pretty naughty kid, pretty sharp as well, but I think I was the naughtiest of the 3 siblings at home.
So your passion for cricket, did it develop quite young or did you grow into it?
No, I was quite passionate about it. That's why they call it religion in India, because growing up, every child has a cricket bat at home.
Yes.
Starts with a plastic bat, playing with a plastic ball, and then you go on to wooden bats and playing with tennis balls and stuff like that. So my story was no different. Of the memories I have from childhood, from wherever I can remember, I remember myself always wanting to play cricket. And even before that, my parents told me that I always wanted someone to throw a ball at me so I can hit it.
So how open were your parents to your passion for cricket? Did they really encourage it from a young age? When did you sort of get into it more seriously?
When you're really small, obviously you have something that you really like and you want to do it most of the time that you have.
Yeah.
But the bigger challenge is how you balance it out with studies as well, because that is supposed to be such an important factor, not just getting educated, but to get marks.
Yeah.
Is the one thing that children are always pressurized and pushed for.
Yeah.
My father was a lawyer. He really studied hard for it. So he was always a little inclined towards me doing my studying bit as well.
Yeah.
But that's where my mom sort of backed me a lot of times and said not to put too much pressure on me because it gets too much for a child to do both.
Both. But that's amazing. So what kind of age was that?
I joined a professional academy when I was 8.
Wow.
It is a tricky period, to be honest, because you don't know if you're going to succeed or not.
Yeah.
You have to invest all your time in it. The family has to back you. There will be challenges throughout, but that's where, you need that support from your family as well.
Your dad used to take you for your classes and drive you there. Did he have to sacrifice quite a lot in order to do all that as you got more and more serious and better? And your mom, of course.
See, my mom could not contribute so much because she had a lot on her plate anyway. So she couldn't travel or take me to practice sessions and stuff like that. My father used to do it most of the time. When my brother had time, he used to, take me to games and practice sessions. So basically, I was looked after, by my family throughout. But those initial years are very tough because when I joined the academy, till about 5 years, I did not get to play state cricket from where your professional career actually starts.
Yeah.
So those 5 years were really tough for the family in terms of what's going to happen, whether he's going to make it or not. He's compromising on his studies as well.
Yeah.
But that's where the child also needs to be sure of what he really wants to do. I think that
But that's
helps in a
amazing
big
to
way.
have that at that young age because it's not always easy to know. And I think there are few people who actually have that burning passion and want to follow it single-mindedly.
Yeah.
And then the hard work, of course, that goes with it and the support of everyone else.
I got support from all ends, although my sister was always pushing me to study more. It was her responsibility to make sure I study properly.
Yeah.
That for me was a bit of a challenge initially, but eventually when they understood that I'm doing what I'm doing, I love it, I'm working really hard.
And you're doing very well.
It's all result based, right?
Yeah.
Exactly what you said. It's a two-way thing. It's a give and take where the parents show trust in you. But at the same time, you need to show them that you're working hard.
Yeah.
And you're actually making a difference. You're not taking anything for granted.
Now, everything was going great. You were doing so well. When your father passed away, that was a big blow for you and for the family. How did you deal with that?
See, honestly, that's probably the toughest thing I've faced till now when I was growing up because, as I said, he was the one who supported me throughout in whatever I wanted to do. And then he saw me, get better and do better in all the games that I played.
Yeah.
And then I got to play for the state team, which is the Ranji Trophy, which is the first class level. It's supposed to be a big break for any cricketer.
Yeah.
I was playing with, some of the people that have represented the country. And, I was so happy that I'm getting an opportunity to do that. And in the very first season, he passed away. He had health issues. And so that it's a classic case of, things come to you at different times in different ways.
Yeah.
And that for me was a shock when it happened, but it taught me a lot in terms of how important it is to be focused and be honest with what you're doing. Firstly, not to take it for granted, because life can be very short. It can change very quickly. People have spoken about me going to the game and stuff like that. I just did what I thought was right at that time. I did not feel like waiting at home and missing a cricket game. That's how much importance this sport holds in my life.
I lost my father some time ago, and I always say I believe they're always with us. I also feel that if you put yourself into what you love, then there's a hand of them somewhere there.
Absolutely. The biggest challenge for us as a family was to get over the insecurities, because suddenly you have the main member of the family who's taking care of everything, who's handling a lot. Suddenly he goes away, and then you're not sure about anything that's happening. We didn't have a house to ourselves. We were staying on rent at that time, so things became a lot more difficult from that point of view. And obviously, as a kid growing up, you've given up on studies. You're not focusing on that at all. Sometimes you felt, what if I don't succeed in cricket? I haven't studied enough. So all those insecurities start creeping in when you have a disaster like that. But things sort of made their own way in terms of me getting a break 2 years after that in the Indian team. It gave me a motivation, but I wouldn't say it was 100% clear vision. Obviously, we had our challenges in terms of insecurities about everything, where we're going to go as a family, what's going to happen in future. My brother was married, so he had to take care of his family. And, those sort of things. I did not understand those things too much as a youngster, but now when I look back at them, I understand the importance of, that situation in my life. And maybe it just made me more rigid in terms of what I wanted to do.
You, of course, made it by putting everything into cricket. If you had to give advice to a youngster who was passionate but perhaps not as focused, and to their parents, just like a tip to parents out there.
My only advice would be, never compromise on your passion. You make mistakes and learn from them. Don't be shy of making mistakes. As children or as youngsters, we're never left to explore ourselves, what's good or what's bad. We're always taught, we're always fearful of things, which I faced as well. But I made my mistakes. Somehow I had the courage to make mistakes. Actually, when I played in the IPL, when I played in the Indian team, I wasn't the most disciplined person around. I understood that. My outlook was different. People did not like me so much when I came in initially. But the kind of discipline I have now, that I didn't even have half of it back then. I had to make choices. I had to make some changes. If anyone else had pushed me to improve my lifestyle, I wouldn't have. But those things came to me. I think the core has to be really honest. The other things can be taken care of.
That's amazing. And also, I think you're doing a fantastic job with giving back. And just like you said, a lot of times if people achieve a certain level, they may become complacent. But it seems that you are going the other way and doing a lot for charity through your foundation, doing a lot for the aged as well. So would you like to tell us a little bit about the Virat Kohli Foundation?
The foundation focuses on helping the underprivileged because I felt like I was from a middle-class family, so I probably had enough finances for me to go out there and buy kit or get the right kind of facilities to practice. But someone might have great talent, but he just doesn't have the infrastructure or the support around him financially to get up there and to practice, to go to the next level. And the old age home was an initiative that it was actually informed to me by someone. I was very happy that I went there actually to make even 1% difference in their lives, or give them happiness, or give them some sort of support, or a hope is all that you can do. And that's exactly what I felt after going there.
That's really, really inspirational, really wonderful. And I wanted to tell you that on the show we're also running an auction to raise money for an NGO of our celebrity guest choice. And in order to do that, we'd like you to pick a piece of furniture from here. And then you have to sign that piece of furniture, and you can choose what NGO or what organization you'd like to donate the proceeds of the auction to. So your time starts now to find the furniture. It's in this direction. Sorry, can I ask you to bring it down here?
Oh yeah,
I'm scared if I do it, it'll fall on my foot.
Sure, I'll do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
There we go.
Believe in yourself, always. So, Virat, where would you like the proceeds of this auction to go?
To the Virat Kohli Foundation for helping the underprivileged get better lives.
I hope we raise lots of money for the
Hopefully.
Virat Kohli Foundation.
Hopefully. Make a difference.
Yes. So you've given us such wonderful advice that you seem like you're almost ready to be a dad. Do you think you'll be a good dad?
I think I'll be a great dad. I cannot say when it's going to happen, but I think I'll make a wonderful dad.
So do you think you'll be a hands-on dad?
Yeah, I will be.
Okay, so let's give you a challenge now. Let's see if you can change this. I'm going to count now and see how quickly you can put this pamper on this teddy bear.
Come, my child.
Time starts now.
Oh,
tick,
God.
tick, 1.
Arey, wow, this is pretty easy. I think I'll be great at it.
Tick, 10, super, well done.
My child is ready.
I mean, it is ulta, but that doesn't matter. That was an amazing chat.
It was
Thank you
a
so
pleasure
much,
being
Virat.
here. Thank
Really.
you.
Thank you.